All right, welcome in. It is Tuesday's edition of Daily Bread coming at you live right at 12:10 on the East Coast before all of your action kicks off, tips off, whatever you want to do. When there's a nice soccer slate that gets incorporated to the number one betting show out there for basketball and every other sport, but we always got to show our love all the way around because we got the best week in sports because we got the second leg of the Champions League. You have the ACC tournament tipping today and the rest of the big ones next week as well. So you already know what it is with Daily Bread. Get you each day in and out of here, 20 to 30 minutes, your top plays, whatever banter and what we want to do. And that's all powered and sponsored by the Wise Guys Diamond Club. Be sure to be checking them out for all their packages going on right now. We're currently live on Twitter at Daily Bread Media. Like, retweet, follow. If you already aren't doing that, you already know. And we got the number one YouTube chat out there. We got our people dropping winners left and right, jumping in on the jokes. Probably going to get a lot made at me wearing the Inter jersey because, Sosa didn't have to put one on because he's that cool, calm, and collected. Doesn't even matter. But the one thing
yeah.
we got to get into.
This ain't polo. This ALD. This ain't polo. All right.
But I hope all of you ended up taking the juicier play last night with my only play. Chattanooga, what a buzzer beater they hit to win. Furman hit a late shot to blow our -2 right at the end. That kind of sucked. But if you took the Chattanooga money line, you got to go nuts and go crazy. And if you're watching us on Paid for Play, you watched me live react to – that's the second time I've gotten an L while I'm Paid for Play, and people got to see the live react. The other one was so much better when the Arkansas State missed the dunk. I forget what his name was. It started with he had 35 points, but that's what you get with Paid for Play. You saw Sosa on there last night as well. We talked all things ACC, gave you out some futures, all that good type of stuff. So check out our YouTube or Twitter if you need to catch that. Sosa, that was a lot. How are you doing?
Doing fucking fantastic. Hold on 1 second.
All right, now that you got all the demons and the bad spirits out of you, we're good.
Man, dog, when the weather starts to change, allergies start whooping my ass. So it's like immediate too. It's not like any of those like type of it happens through the season. Nah, that shit starts beating my ass from day one. So, but yeah, man, last night, obviously I gave out 4 plays in the Philly game. Philly covered one of them. Tyrese decided he didn't want to hit a 3 till the very end of the game to give us the team total, which I'll live with. And then obviously I picked the wrong game for Tobias Harris to get his head out of his ass because he still wants to fucking dribble. This man just wants to keep dribbling the ball. I'm at a loss right now. I'm not understanding why he keeps fucking doing that. But
you're at a loss for words.
I know it's rare. It's very rare, but Jesus Christ, man. It's encourageable at this point. Like I guess we just got to wait for the playoffs because that's when he'll have a couple of moments that will make the city love him. I honestly believe that's the case. I think we're gonna shit on Tobias Harris until he does something for us in the playoffs, and then he'll live on in Philadelphia lore forever. That's how it's gonna go. Watch some shit like that.
Yes, sir. So we got Jared dropping the plays already. You already know what that is. Drop your plays. Get your questions. Start them up. We always do we're gonna start doing all the chat's favorite plays at the end of the show before we get Sosa's signature sign off. So I got Jared's shout out later. We're going to start doing that because we want to shout you guys out more. Bracket challenges. I know you're going to be running one. We got the Daily Bread one as well. So we got 2 bracket challenges. One's free. One's for cash. You already know what it is.
You can't really bet. You can't really lose with that one, right? If you think you're good, it's going to actually be done through like 3 other people. So we're gonna get that figured out over here in the next 24 hours and get some stuff out on Twitter to the people. Obviously, we're doing one through Daily Bread. Make sure you guys reach out if you're interested. You want to be a part of the bracket challenge.
We'll tweet out the link. It'll be through ESPN. You already have one done. You just enter it into ours. Free chance to win at least $200. And then the paid one, however many people we get to sign up.
Yep, that's how it'll roll. And yeah,
Play
I mean,
time.
this is
That's
the best
about it.
time of year, man. We all know college basketball. March Madness is like it's a national betting holiday. The first weekend is obviously it's where it's at, and yeah, lock in if you want. We got some bets coming in. Some people coming in with their plays already. DK's 25-14 says Bayern Munich Salzburg over 1.5.
That has to be first half.
First half over 1.5. Interesting.
Yes, sir. All right, we got more of them rolling in as well. Let's get into we'll do Champions League, we'll do college hoops, and then we'll do NBA. And even though how much I love this week, it's kind of like the scaries week for me because it starts to get a lot worse, even though the quality gets better. The pickings get less. Champions League. 2 matches today. We'll talk about the other matches tomorrow. We'll start it off with the one where Sosa already has the dollars in his bank account to go get himself and everyone else lunch on Inter Milan, who 70 minutes, they did what they needed to do, except for putting anything on net or anything on target and get one in the back. Once Firmino had that solid header off the corner, as you saw because we tweeted it out today, they had to go balls to the wall because you can't go to Anfield down a goal. You
Yep.
got paid for it. Now, this both teams to score line is the one that seems trapped because do we really think Inter is going to get on the score sheet
I
today?
do. I do. I think both teams will end up scoring.
Because that's juiced all the way at minus 170. I can see an angle. If you don't think Inter scores whatsoever, you could take them no at plus 180. That's
Definitely.
where it just seems like it's a huge line. Anfield doesn't concede at home that frequently, and that's where I'm just saying it seems a little too good.
Yeah, I would have to agree. Um, although the thing is, obviously, we expect for you guys to come out here and be extremely ultra aggressive. Try to get on the score sheet, try to press, which could end up with you scoring, but it could also end up with you getting your ass whooped on the counter. So we don't really concede at Anfield, like you said. And also, we all know what Virgil does at Anfield. If he's in the lineup, it's just beautiful.
I forget where I got it online. I'll try to remember it.
We got somebody saying Lautaro Martinez to score.
Ugh. He
I don't know
has
what the
to.
odds are.
Lautaro. He just came off his hat trick. So, I mean, it's a good enough time. And if he's going to get it, it's going to have to. It's that he's not going to be someone who's going to win one off a header. So, you're going to have to hope for clean link up play in the middle for a through ball to get him there. Him to get a volley off a broken play is where it's kind of at.
Plus
Dzeko might
260.
be a better target if he starts since he's more of a target player and he can be more influential in the corner kicks because I think that's the way, even though Liverpool has solid set pieces, the set pieces is where it kind of equalizes everything to a point. All you have to do is get that little bit of separation more than anything else. Total juiced over minus 130. You got the under at a clean even, and then you got a -1 each way. Sosa, are you going anytime goal scorer in this one, or are you saving that for the next game?
I'm trying to find something for the exact score because I don't think you swung me. You swung me in your.
Because that's where I was saying if I can do an under 3 at even, that's probably where I'm going to be going with this one, and that's where I have my bet at for the
Can you
first
get a
one.
line on the exact score 2-0 Liverpool?
I can check real quickly. I don't know if the market is out yet, but I got the under 3 even.
I like
Simple
that.
as that.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I build teams to score obviously is so juiced to the over that like it does feel like a trap. And one thing, like I said, I definitely think we'll get on the board one way or the other. You could, it's no style that Inter can bring to the board that would tell me that y'all wouldn't score. Yeah, 2-0 Liverpool plus 725. I like it. I'll
I'd
probably
rather just take the Inter not to score at that point then because you can get a 4-0 drubbing and not have to worry about a plus 180. I mean, you're not getting obviously the plus 725 price, but still that's your safer route if you want to be a wild man like Sosa.
And the goal scorer that I would be focusing on is actually Divock Origi. He just when he gets on or gets opportunities in matches like this, he usually scores. So I think it's like a plus 155. So it's not like super valued, but at plus 155, I would happily sprinkle something on it. Obviously, Salah, the obvious. I think everyone is thinking that he probably puts one in the back of the net. Um, but I think the expectation here is to get an ultra aggressive enter here first 15 minutes, try to get on the board to try to make things interesting. Easier said than done, obviously.
Yes, sir. So the next game or the next match we got up, Salzburg pulled off a nice result. First leg, Bayern, they got Neuer back in net. Over under 3.5. Really juiced minus 145. And on the Asian handicap, you got Salzburg. You can get them at +2. So not showing much respect. I mean, we all know how Salzburg play. Bayern plays Big Brother, so they're a little bit more used to it. Balls to the wall style, a little bit more than what their Big Brother does up in Leipzig. So that's where with Salzburg style, just the people not there. I don't want to be the square and say I can't lay a -2. I don't think I'll ever do that, but it just seems and the overjuice, there's just no good way for me to attack this one, in my opinion. If someone in the chat's got a good way, I heard the first half over was one of their angles, but that's 1.5 minus 120 on my book. Not the worst part. What do you like other than goals?
I mean, I think Bayern comes out here and smacks the shit out of them. Obviously, health has been an issue for them all year. Having Neuer back obviously helps. I think something along the lines of like 3-0, 3-1, something like that.
Yeah, this is a no play. Going to be a nice one to watch because the both teams to score in this match, you can get minus 150. That's the closest angle I could go for it. That's where, and what Rowdy just drops. There could be a shutout because of that. Who knows? That's where staying away from this one completely.
3-0, 3-0 Bayern.
Yeah, their team total over 2.5 is even minus 180.
These are not like major stakes, obviously. Just because the expectation is that the two clubs should be far and away better today.
Oh, craziness happens, man, in the Champions League. You never know.
Absolutely.
That's why I'm not picking a winner in any of these. I stuck to a total and a total only in the first one.
Yeah, Liverpool 2-0 plus 725.
All right, college hoops time. We got the Gonzaga revenge spot from the last game of the season where I just don't think they showed their hand at all. They didn't want to travel whatsoever. They knew they were going to see them in this game in the last spot. If St. Mary's was good enough because Gonzaga last night at the 7-minute mark, they just put into coast mode, which kind of just said we're going to conserve our energy, do absolutely nothing for the rest of the game. The Dons made it, I don't want to say interesting. They made it fake interesting if you really want to spaz up, but if you had to spread, it really sucked. But you got the revenge spot. Gonzaga not laying too huge of a number, I guess. It's like the lowest it's been, but it is on the neutral court this time with the 12.5 and the 3 times that they met up this season. You got the total sitting at 140. If you hit that first half minus 7.5 or 8, whatever you got at yesterday as the lean came through without a ease. -7 first half today, Gonzaga. Do we go back to the well?
We do. I'm gonna do first half. I'm gonna do first half full game just like last night. Mark Few owes me the fade after last night. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I cannot believe they just win the first half by 20 and to chalk it up like that. It's embarrassing.
Nope, it's a full game 14-point spreads. Who gives a shit? And it's in Vegas. You always know there could be something going on in there because that's kind of just where it's just like the carpet got pulled out of them because they scored 7 points in the last 7 minutes.
Yeah, I don't expect that tonight. I think they cover it's 12.
Yep, 12 full game minus 7.5 or 7 first half.
Cover the 12 for the game. I'm on it again. Minus 110. You got to run it back with them. If not, they'll just win it back for us in the tournament. So don't even trip, right?
You don't know.
No, I know this year. Listen, if they don't win it this year, we need to start having a dialogue about Mark Few and his ineptitude as a coach. Because that's where it becomes. That's what it becomes. That's where the conversation starts to move. Like, because first it was we're a mid major, we're the sexy mid major, and now it's we just can't win with the lottery picks, which that's not the wave, Mark. It's not the wave.
Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be tough to see Timmy struggle as much as he did the last game. There just seemed to be lack of focus more than anything else. We can get into the sketchy line of the night before I get and drop out my plays of the day, where South Dakota State, we saw what they did last night. I guess when I was talking with Steven earlier on Spaces, the only way you can reason why they're only laying -6 is because it's a rivalry game against North Dakota State. I know North Dakota State spanked Oral Roberts yesterday as well. They put up a 90 burger. You get the total sitting at 150 here. Everything says it should be a 10-point spread. I guess it's just a neutral court site in the conference championship game, and putting a 6 out there is just one of the worst numbers to be laying, as we like to say. So if you had to make me put a play in this one, I mean, there's nothing that would say it would be the over. And South Dakota State, I mean, they beat them when they played in this matchup. They didn't take a L in the conference regular season. So that's just where it's hard to go against and make a case for South Dakota State, because if they don't get this, they're going to be 29-4, and they won't get into the tournament if they don't win this.
They'll be in the NIT. You're absolutely right. Yeah, I 100% agree. They know they're the better team. They should be the better team.
But when you're playing with all that pressure, here's the kicker in the contrarian angle. North Dakota State's playing with that house money. Just keep it within double digits the whole game, and you got a shot at that +6. That's really all it comes down to here.
So we're going with the other. We're going. We're
I'm not touching this one. This is the game I'm most looking forward to tonight from a college basketball perspective.
Yeah,
the Summit League Finals.
Big rivalry.
Yeah, and what they say, hard to beat a team 3 times in a row? Not really. I mean, South Dakota State got them both times. I'm going to keep saying it because the team wins at a 70% clip. Beat them 90-86, and then beat them 80-76 the 2 times. So kept it right within that 4-point number. So there's a little bit more justification. Oh, Evan, we might have to ban you from here. I don't know how you ban people from YouTube, but we might have to find out a way to ban Evan.
He's the Wentz burner guy, isn't he?
No, that's our man, Princess Evan from earlier when we used to be able to show the Twitter comments. Our Philly guy.
Okay.
You guys were supposed to meet up for lunch the one day, and you never did.
I don't recall. I don't recall.
All right, let's get into. I got plays in the Conference USA to start us off, and then I'll get into the ACC. But I got 2 totals to start us off for today.
Let's go.
All right, the number for Marshall. All right, this is one of probably, if the Marshall game is probably going to be your favorite one to watch tonight, because you got the total sitting at over 148. I think it's basically spot on, but Marshall plays one way and one way only. We're going to play as quick as we can, get off defense as fast as possible. They cannot shoot threes whatsoever. So when Marshall plays with that pace, they only shoot 38% of their clip from there. So right around even. They go on the inside on their transition. FIU, 46% shots from deep. Marshall completely struggles to cover the shots from deep. Both of these teams' 2-point offense outranks it. Conference tourney game opening round where there could be fouling that comes on, over 148. Evan's busy anyway. He doesn't want to meet up with you.
It's okay.
I wouldn't say I'm riding Clemson with you, but that's where I got to play in the ACC game. I'm rocking with the over 143.5 here. The reason why I like the over 143 is NC State is basically not Marshall Lake, but their defense has been abysmal. They're bottom 50 in 2-point and 3-point efficiency. PJ Hall looking like to be a gopher tonight. Played 14 minutes, it seemed, as a warm up in the last game. And they're going to need that because NC State, you can just burn them from the inside with no regard. And that's where even on the outside, Clemson shooters, they're shooting 36.7 from deep. They'll be able to hit it against this NC State defense. We're going to see up and down pace in the Barclays Center over 143.5. You're not liking anything in your Horizon Championship?
I'm chilling. I might bet this I'm close to betting this Boston College game, man.
Yeah, Jer's rocking with it. The only last game that I think do we really want to talk Georgia Tech Louisville? Not really. Do we want to talk BC Pitt?
Do you want to talk BC Pitt?
No, I think Pitt wins. I'm being on my own island. I haven't seen many people rocking with Pitt today. I think they pull out a dub against BC.
Right. See, now this is why we do the show, so you can tell me not to do shit like that.
No, you can rock with BC. It's been the spaces earlier today. They like BC, so that's kind of where I haven't heard anyone other than me make a case for their Pitt.
You've already spoken. Tech with the upset. I mean, is it really an upset? They just had 12. They just had 12. They have 12 wins. Like,
yeah, definitely agree with that Tech play.
I like Passner too.
You're backing the much better defense, and you're backing a team that's not sold into an interim head coach that's probably not going to be back.
Yeah, I think I fuck with Passner. Obviously, last year they made a little run in the
yeah, they don't got the size this time,
but it's not the same roster.
The
like Passner get me one game though. I do like that.
And then the last one, I saw someone else shout it out before we get into the NBA. We're running a little long today. We got a lot to talk about. I'll be sweating my Jacksonville plus 900 future tonight. I don't see anyone on Bellarmine either. Kind of concerns me.
You're going to hedge it anyway, so it's all good.
Yeah, I'll probably hedge it for a plus 3 unit profit either way. All right, NBA, because that's what it's all about. Secure the money to reinvest it later.
Absolutely. NBA, I'm keeping it to 3 plays tonight. The first play I got is in the Celtics or in the Celtics play. The Nets Hornets game. We're gonna go with the over 239.5. I know the number's high, but Brooklyn has both KD and Kyrie available. The only way they're gonna beat anyone is to outscore them. I think Charlotte can match them offensively, and it'll just be a shoot it out 125, 121 type of game. Over 239.5. If you're scared, go to church. I'm also rocking with KD to get 30. I think he's going to come out and cook. Over 29.5. Play it to 35. He's Kevin Durant. I mean, and they need a win like a motherfucker. They need a win bad.
That's what to say. All the analytics and all your stat nerds are gonna say, "Oh, take Charlotte with the points at home," and then all your eye test people are like, "KD's back, lay the 3 with the Nets." So I kind of like this little matchup here because the numbers and the analytics are still not believing on Brooklyn on the road or Brooklyn whatsoever.
I mean, they fucking stink, bro. Like you know what I mean? Like 8 games under 500. They've been awful.
I don't think they're 8 games under 500. Or no, neither of these teams are.
What's the Nets?
The Nets record is 32-33.
Who am I thinking of? Oh, I'm thinking about the Lakers, my bad. Oh man, so that's the one time I'm gonna mention them. I see how I set that up so beautifully.
I like how Roddy's just talking about his team that's not even playing today. Just has to make sure the Hawks comments get in for the day. Here's his quota.
Do you like the Nets -3? I'm not betting that. I'm not. I like the over, and I
I
like
was about to
KD
say, I like
KD
your
to have.
two angles to avoid taking the three because you kind of get it there on that way.
Yeah, nah, not taking a one possession. I mean, they could well in hand go out there and smoke them out the gym because obviously Charlotte is. I don't know what's wrong with them. To be honest with you, something's wrong with them though.
Do
Um,
we fade our Pels tonight?
Bro, after that heartbreak of a game the other night with Denver, like it's a tough one. I mean, going on the road at Memphis coming off a L, extra motivated against after losing to Houston. Yeah, I think it's a we mm-mm. I don't know. You know, no, not tonight. Um,
That's what I
but
was
I
saying. I
also
think Memphis. I think Memphis just runs them. That's more
I
than
do
I think
too.
anything else.
I do
And
too.
Bane, I mean, but the biggest thing with the Memphis, not Bane's revival, he barely got over his player points 3 games ago. And the last two he eclipsed it against, what was it, against Houston and Orlando, where he got above the 20 clip again and started to look good. So that's where tonight's matchup is going to be the. I think Desmond Bain is he officially back and out of that cold slump that he was in for about a 7 game stretch, or is he going because it could not even be a cold stretch? Ja was just putting up 50 at that point, so why do you need to do much work and let him do all the effort for you? But that's where, even though how much I've been rocking with the Pels and especially them as dogs, I think Memphis covers the -5 tonight.
All right, well then we're rolling with it. I think the number is actually higher now.
Is it? Let me see. No, I got 5
You
minus
got 5.
110.
I got 5.5. So,
Still take it. I have to get it to cover.
all right, let's roll. We're rolling with it.
Yeah, so we're not betting on Bane. We're betting on. Oh, I guess we technically are since we're backing the Grizz, but
It's like playing the Powerball. Jesus, he's not that bad, man. He just had a little run where he just wasn't, where Ja just was like, listen, when someone drops 46, you're immediately going to pick their backcourt mate to go off, right? The next night because you're not
yeah.
thinking somebody's going to drop. And then he fucking dropped 52. Like, no one saw that coming. Like, you know what I mean? So, and I hate the Iverson comparison, but there are times where Ja will just super dominate the ball. It's not a knock on him because he's got the green light and he has the cachet to carry that. But there are times where he just ultra dominates, just has the ball in his hands and just won't give it up the whole possession. So that's no, and like I said, that's no knock to him because when you empower a player to do that, you got to live with the results. Um,
What other
and
games do you like, or what other plays you like for tonight?
the last play for me, I got Milwaukee covering the 13.
Ooh,
I'm
that's
playing the
their
13.
magic number.
Playing the 13. I'm playing it tonight. Can't talk me off it.
So the Bucks, the 2 times they've been on the road as 12.5 point favorites, 2-0 ATS.
Just I'm gonna continue that trend, man.
You can
Playing
say the
fucking
same for
Oklahoma
Oklahoma
City.
City on the back, but that one doesn't. That one doesn't apply tonight. What's up, Akbar? Appreciate you tapping in with us as usual. How about the Jaren Jackson over points? That's not a.
You want to talk about somebody that's in a slump? That's the guy, man. He's he he just the definition of inconsistent in the last 2 weeks. Defensively, I play his block and steal props. Yes.
That's always a good angle there. Phoenix, it doesn't look like they're getting Booker back. Doesn't look like Cam Johnson's going to be back. Is this going to be a Jay Crowder night? Campaign's been cooking. We told you to look out for him with the ball, but they just don't put his props up, and now they're just completely overvalued.
Damn right. We rock. Listen, we rock with winners in this motherfucker. Akbar. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason why this team's been Rozier's points I like. Middleton's playing. Okay, see, Michael for 30, probably, possibly. No, I
Put
do like
on the goal.
Oh,
Go
no,
ahead.
I do like Rozier's points. I mean, Rozier's been he's been the most he's been the most consistent guard for the Hornets. I mean, everybody loves LaMelo, but if you actually look at the games, the most consistent guard this season has been Terry Rozier by a lot, actually. And boy, do they need Gordon Hayward more than anything, man. They need another guard who can play make and get his
Well,
own.
didn't they bring in Isaiah Thomas for one game, and then now he's in Dallas?
Yeah, but I mean,
I know. I'm saying you need to bring in a guard. They brought him. They gave him 14 minutes of run one game, and they're just like, nah, that 10-day contract's only going to last one.
now they need like a good guard,
The Cleveland going to Indy, that's trappy. I mean, Indy could just keep losing. They might end up with the first round pick with how hot the fucking Pistons are right now. They just want to win games left and right.
shout out to my guy Cade Cunningham.
Great for him. No, that's what I'm saying. Great. Love to see him win, but it's just like, do they want that first pick?
Game's the game, man.
Gonna be the Rockets at this point. And then good thing we didn't play the Kings last night because boy, oh boy, did they. I mean, they didn't sell. They just had the good first quarter. Then they let the Knicks do whatever they wanted. If you want the tinfoil hat, what about Mitchell Robinson playing 2 minutes and then going out? That was your sketchy for an illness. That was your maybe he had the Vegas thing because everyone likes to talk about the Calvin Ridley situation now. Get the 2 minutes so the props count,
bro.
and he's out.
I'm not gonna lie. I was in a space last night, and this dude comes in. He's like, "Yo, did Mitchell Robinson fuck up any of y'all's tickets?" And in my head, I'm like, "Fuck no!" Like I did not.
Yeah.
But then like him and like 3 other people popped in. They're like, "Bro, what the fuck is going on with Mitchell Robinson?" I had to like go to like the underdog, whatever. Like, oh, illness not coming back, and it's like, oh, bruh. And then you just see gamblers just like tweeting out how much they hate Mitchell Robinson. So bad for
Then
that.
the last game, just so we don't get fined, so we talk about Golden State against the Clips. Golden State in back-to-back games. They're 5-5 so far this season. Not really sure where to go with this one. They've been a fade-on team, but they've been a team to take the over in the second half of the season. 3-11 ATS, but 10-3 to the over. Anything you like here? Nope.
Yeah, I like to not bet Golden State games until until Draymond Green comes back. Like they said 7 to 10 days yesterday. It's the day today.
Not 7 to 10 days away.
See y'all on the 15th. Yeah. Nah.
You want to talk the Calvin Ridley thing at all before we wrap it up?
I do. I actually do want to talk about that because there are people on the internet that don't really understand how serious that is. They're like, well, why can't you bet on yourself? Well, it's a conflict of interest. One. Second, it's just fucking stupid. It's absolutely idiotic. If you're a professional athlete, there's the reason why you can't bet on sports is because it immediately makes the integrity of the sport be put into question. You can't have a product where
you can't have insider trading.
You can't have someone affect the game directly while wagering money on it. Like, what the fuck are we betting on? It's not real then. It then becomes completely compromised. The product is completely compromised. That's why it's such a big deal.
There's that thing on Netflix. It's called like Bad Sport or whatever that documented the 93 Arizona State guard. I'm blanking on his name. That took the money. It's not like Calvin Ridley was doing that where he was getting paid by the mob. And I also just think there's no way they just found his FanDuel account. There has to be other stuff. There's no way it was just $1,500 and his few parlays got caught. That's where I'm thinking he's kind of playing it off a little bit right now because that's all they got.
But this is my thing. Clearly he like registered with like a legal sports book.
Yeah.
Which makes him a fucking dickhead. Like, I'm not gonna listen. I'm not gonna take away from like the truth now. Like, he's a complete.
Well, no, that's what I'm just saying. I think he slipped up somehow because there's no way it's just 1,500 and that's what he's going down for. There's probably other accounts out there we don't know about. But what's his ROI? So what's his ROI?
You're a 58%. They're a millionaire. He's a millionaire professional football player, right? And you got to put your social security number into these major apps. He's a fucking idiot. Like he's stupid. That's just dumb. I'm not, and I'm also not saying that. Like, this is also something we need to take into consideration. There are plenty of athletes that bet on the sport that they play on. They're just not dumb enough to get caught. All right. Don't ever put anything past anyone. Like, I don't want y'all to be like, oh man, because he got caught doing it, all these other guys are scot-free and perfect. Like, don't be fucking dumb. Like, they bet they're just not stupid. They're doing it with Poppy down the block. They're not doing it with fucking FanDuel like a dummy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna do
7
something that
degrees
you're
of separation.
right, if you're gonna attempt to do something that you're not allowed to do, like, at least like do it discreetly. You know what I mean? Like,
That's what I'm saying. I think we don't. His other accounts or his other shit didn't get caught, and that's where his FanDuel thing got flagged.
bro, that's 100% what the issue is here. Like, we don't, like I said, Poppy down the block's not getting you social. You know what I
Unless
mean?
you're
Like,
Pete Rose's bookie.
we're not gonna talk about him, man. He's banned from TV, just like Barl Malone. You know what I mean? Like, he's banned from TV. I mean, right? Like, that's what people keep making it seem like, oh, he got caught. Yes, but he's just that stupid. Like, that's just dumb. He registered in a fucking in like a FanDuel. Like, bro, like FanDuel and Caesars like have partnerships with the NFL. You don't think your name Calvin Ridley? Like, isn't he like a junior or something like that too? Like, pretty distinguishable, right? It's a pretty
Oh,
distinguishable
that's
name.
where I was texting my own buddy about, like, imagine being, because I looked up what a FanDuel auditor does. It's like an entry level position. Just imagine just sitting there, be like, is this like Calvin Ridley really? Like, this comes up because this is what I got to deal with today on a Wednesday at 4:30. Like, well, here goes my whole fucking afternoon.
I wonder if Jackson Mahomes is allowed to gamble on the. Nah, I'm just like.
That's the way we're gonna end it here. We'll be back live tomorrow. Inter's gonna shock the world today, and so is just gonna pay me my